Hello, in this video I'm going to give a bit of a progress update into some of the work that I've done over the last 2 weeks. So what I've been doing is I've added a couple of new skills, so you can see my action bar populated with a couple of new skills, and I've also added some item drops on mobs death. So those are the main things that I was implementing over the last 2 weeks, and the vast majority of the work I've done was on the back end, so I don't have too much of a UI implementation here, so I'm not going to be covering those details. But they are reusing a couple of the functionalities that I've already covered in the past. So if you do have any questions, post a comment. I'll look to answer it there. Perhaps I will make another video going into some details. But anyway, so let's go over a couple of the updates. So the first one is I just want to cover the skills that I've already had. So the fireball and this healing effect. The new ones that I've introduced was this AoE heal, so it's effectively a druid pack that I've integrated. So this is the first skill that I'll look at. So I wanted to effectively create a new abstract class in my Java server to cover AoE skills. So that was my main intention there. And the first skill that I wanted to do was this AoE heal. So it's going to be looking for any nearby actors to my player, and it's going to look to heal them. So that's the first skill that I wanted to cover. The next one is going to be this vines. So you can see when I'm casting vines, in fact I'll cast it on this guy instead. So let's go move back a bit. You'll see here that it's going to be blocking the motion. So if you'll see me run, it's going to stop running when that status effect is added. So this is linked to the previous video where I've added new statuses into the system, right? So the next skill is going to be relatively straightforward. So it's just going to be this moonburst. So if I go back, you should be able to see the moon appear from the top. So let's go further back. Okay, can't really see it, but there's a moon spawning and it's going to hit the single target. So it's a relatively simple spell. Perhaps I'm going to add some status effect to that as well. So perhaps, for example, reducing the magic resistance or something like that. At least that's the intention here. The next skill is, I believe, another AoE skill. So you can see when I'm channeling this skill, it's going to be doing some damage to the actor. So that's this one over here. And the last one is a sunburst. So pretty simple skill, again, quite similar to the moonburst. But again, I'm going to probably add some different status effects to that. Something like a burning damage or something like that. To be honest, I think what I'll want to do with a couple of them, so like for skills 6 and 7, so this AoE skill, I'll want to effectively add capability for me to target a location rather than an actor. So this is something that I'll do later. And the same thing with number 7. Perhaps it'll do quite high damage, but again, you need to accurately select the point where you want it to hit. So I'll perhaps make those modifications quite soon. So those are the new skills that I've added. So you can see it's being replicated with both of the clients. So this is happening through my Java server. And then the next update that I'll want to show is with my monsters dropping items. So what I'll do is I'll launch my separate server. So I'll need to disable run under one process. I'll just set this to 1. So let's have a look at that as well. Okay, so I'll log into one of these characters and we'll just have to wait for the server to boot up, so this server over here, because that's what's going to be spawning and controlling the monsters for us. So what we'll be doing essentially is killing some monsters, getting some items. We should be able to see them appearing in this inventory, and this is linked to one of the previous videos where we've introduced a new footman set. So that's essentially what we'll be trying to collect from the monsters, and this should be finished quite soon. So now you can see it's about to start spawning the monsters, so they'll appear any second. So there they are. So there is a bit of a basic monster system already. I've specifically left a couple of bugs in there. So, for example, when I spawn, the monsters will keep chasing me. I went outside the threshold distance. Yeah, anyway, so we can throw a couple of fireballs to the monsters. So they are pretty healthy, to be honest. Um, and essentially on their death, they have a chance of spawning some items. So we got fairly lucky there. So let's kill a couple others. So we can see that the AoE skills are also affecting AoE. Bear in mind, I didn't add any validations in there, so I didn't add any delay to the skills either. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of bugs. And you can see that when the monsters die, they are able to drop a couple of items. So these are the items that they've dropped so far. And you can see that when I pick them up, I'm equipping them. So let's go ahead and kill this guy as well. The bears are pretty strong. Even with the cheats, they're able to almost kill me. So yeah, that's what I've got so far. So obviously there'll still be a lot of things to do. I've got more skills to add. I've got more item sets to add. By the way, in terms of the skill visual effects, this is the pack that I purchased. Those Druid Spell VFX. I quite like the aura effect, so the healing one, and the vines. So that's particularly why I bought it. So I quite like this one, and I quite liked this one over here. So just in case people were interested in where I got my visual effects from. So still a bunch of things to add. You know, for example, I'll be adding additional status effects to some of these skills. New item sets. Obviously, I want to be improving the combat system here, perhaps giving some special skills to the mobs as well. But that's it for this little update, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Thanks. Bye.